Hi guys, today we're going to talk about subject-verb agreement so that you can do your worksheets that I sent out. Alright, so let's start with reviewing what a singular subject and a plural subject is. So singular just means one. I just have one person, one thing. And if it is plural, it means I have two or more. So, if my subject was cat, that would be singular. If it was dogs, that would be plural, because when there is an S on the end of a noun, it makes it plural. Alright, so the next thing, let's talk about pronouns. Pronouns are words that replace nouns. So that's going to be he, she, it, we, they, I, and you. If I have he, she, or it, I'm going to use a singular verb. If I have we, they, I, or you, I'm going to use a plural verb. Now let's talk about I and you for a second. I and you are singular nouns. If I'm talking about I, that is one person, and you is generally one person. However, sometimes English is just very funky, and we still use the plural verb. For example, first let's talk about what a singular and a plural verb look like. So, when I have a singular verb, it's very easy to remember it like this. I add an S. S for singular. So, walks, jogs, S for singular. S for singular. So, an example sentence might be, he walks the dog. This is a singular verb for my singular subject. Now, over here, if it is not a singular verb, I am not going to add S to my verb. So, for example, walk, jog. So, let's go back to I and you. I walk the dog. We jog every day. I have a plural verb, or I have my singular I. They both use a plural verb. And again, plural just means I don't add an S. Alright, so sometimes, actually before I move on to anything else, I just want to also say this is for present tense. So when I'm using present tense verbs, I just add the S for singular, or I don't add the S. And that's that. But sometimes I may be using a linking verb, or I may be using present continuous tense. And then I'll be using what are called be verbs. Be verbs in present tense are is, am, and are. You probably recognize those, especially because I know my class we have talked about both present progressive tense and we've talked about linking verbs. So when I'm using is, that means my subject is either singular, so one, or it is he, she, or it. If I'm using am, that means my subject is I. And if I'm using are, means my subject is plural, like cats, cookies, or it could be we, they, or you. Again, you is generally a singular pronoun, but because